Hey guys, welcome back to another week of e-commerce marketing chats with myself, Charles, and Jimmy. Jimmy, how's it going, mate? What's been happening in your world over the last
Hey man,
week or
just
so that we last spoke?
another week in the lovely world of e-commerce, just continuing to push and get those results. I think, yeah, it's an interesting time, January, because some businesses kind of carry that momentum still from like Black Friday and the Christmas sales, and other businesses like see a pretty significant drop off. So it's kind of that January is a real mixed month in terms of where clients are sitting, how they approach it. And so yeah, January's always January's always a bit of an interesting time, but yeah, it's good to be back into it. And as you've recently found out, most people in Australia are on holiday for about half of January as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm realizing that with my started working with an Australian client last year, and it was actually my first Australian client. I've typically only worked with UK and US clients, so when you not many UK or US clients take January off. So I was kind of scratching my head, wondering why half the company is on holiday, and then I realized it's like your peak summertime, so everyone kind of takes an extended holiday after Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, it's funny. Like all the like Christmas cartoons and everything have got like white Christmases. Like no one in Australia has ever seen a white Christmas. It's just surfboards and beaches.
Yeah. No, it's actually where I was in Georgia, country of Georgia, in December, and we had a little bit of snow. It's quite funny because my wife is from Indonesia, so she first time she saw snow, and it's like, it's
Yeah.
like a kid.
Yeah,
Uh,
foreign concept. I'm not sure I've ever seen it fall from the sky. I've been to the snow, but I can't recall ever seeing it like fall from the sky. So yeah, foreign concept for us down here.
Fair play, fair play. Well, there's been a lot happening. I mean, we talked last week about business agent on Google, and another one of the big AI companies this week, OpenAI, obviously ChatGPT, mentioning that they're going to be rolling out paid ads within their platform. So that's going to be interesting on how they actually integrate that. What's
Yeah.
your initial thoughts on that, Jimmy?
It's my initial thought is it's definitely, so some things I like to break things up. So like, if you act early, are you going to have first movers advantage on this thing? That ChatGPT ads, I think absolutely. If you can get in early and test it, you could 100% get like a first movers advantage. So I'm always really like gun ho on going after those ones where you've got first movers advantage. If you can test it early, test it. The large companies will be really slow to adapt to even getting onto ChatGPT as an ad platform if they are. But two, the couple of things that I've read about it. One, they're only showing the ads on the free plan for users. So probably those more like if you had a business, probably those higher end clients that are actually paying for it, you're not going to get in front of those. You're going to get in front of basically the users that are using the free version, which is fair enough. It's fantastic software. They should be recouping some kind of thing financially from it, especially if it's free. The other thing too is they've already come out and said that advertisers aren't going to have access to the chats, which kind of trigger the ad, which is good. They've also said that the ads aren't going to influence AI's kind of results or recommendations in the future, which okay, I take them at their word on that. But sometimes I'm like, how's it going to show up in the actual chat log? And then if you download the markdown file, is the ad going to be in there or not? Like, there's a couple of things that I'd be interested to know there. Because if you download the markdown file and the ad recommendation is in there and you feed it back to ChatGPT, of course it's going to influence the result because you're feeding it
Yeah.
back to it, not necessarily as an ad, but like as a markdown file. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think if you're in an e-commerce business, well, firstly, they're only introducing it to the States to start off with. So if you're in America, definitely you've got kind of first movers advantage if you can test it. And they said it's within the coming weeks. So I don't know. Who knows how long that'll be, whether it'll be 3 weeks, whether it'll be 7, who knows? So, but yeah, it's coming in the coming weeks. And if you are an American based e commerce business, I would be jumping on this the day that it launches.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think, yeah, it's you're lucky if you're in the States because, yeah, they always get first priority and it's always rolled out in the US first, isn't it? So it seems like they're going to be, yeah, adopting the kind of YouTube model, as in, free users, they're going to be seeing the ads. Whereas if you're paying a subscription, you're not going to see it. So it'll be interesting, the kind of demographics there. But I think you're
It'd
right.
be interesting to see like if ad blockers could block it either, because that would be a huge advantage to them. I mean, I'm in the Google space, but I use an ad blocker. I never see ads on YouTube. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know. I don't think it depends how it's integrated into the chat, but I don't think an ad blocker could block something that's in like a native like chat screen. So it'd be interesting to see how that worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, we only know kind of the initial announcement that was made, I think about 4 days ago. So only time will tell. I think with all these things, it's the same with Business Agent. We got to kind of see it in practice to get a kind of better understanding and nuance on how it's going to impact search and how users are going to interact with it.
Yeah, I mean, so like, I don't know how you're viewing particular clients with, I guess, how they're ranking in AI or whatnot, but some of the students' accounts that I've been looking at this week have been having a look at like their 90-day look back in the marketing tab in Shopify. And I just noticed like maybe 6 visits from ChatGPT in 90 days. I'm like, oh, wow, it's like super low. And the clients that I'm working with, it's quite high. Like ChatGPT is around like 5% almost the of the traffic. I think, and I've looked at some of these sites that just don't have any like ChatGPT traffic, and their product titles and their product descriptions are so generic. It's like, uh, for example, I was speaking to a student today. They sold like dog treats, and um, but they had like a certain dog treat that fits into a category. So they had a collection for those dog treats. Let's just say, like for example, let's just say they were dog treats with for dogs with arthritis. Um, but within the product title or the description, arthritis wasn't mentioned once. Um, so it doesn't lend itself really well to the shopping network. But then I'm of the opinion that it doesn't lend itself to AI either, because if they're reading the product description, I just I I think we discussed it a bit last week, but the product descriptions, one for the business agent that's coming and for AI, they're almost more important than anything else at the moment in terms of the data that's going to be coming through those feeds, but actually explaining to AI what the product is, who it's for, who could benefit from using it. It's missing on so many stores at the moment, and like the reason I can tell some of them are missing because some stores will run shopping ads on Google, and I'll look at the search term report, and Google's just got no idea what their product is because the search terms are so. I'm like, this isn't relevant at all. This isn't relevant. But I noticed the businesses that have one a really good product title, really good product descriptions. You can feed that into like a Google shopping campaign, and Google knows exactly what it is, and the quality of traffic that it sends is so much better. Fixing all that up just plays like tenfold. And I don't know how you feel about it from the SEO perspective, but from my perspective, it's like if I was in SEO, I'd be almost focusing solely on getting this right. I know we talked about descriptions last week. Charles and I haven't had a discussion yet about the GPT to get those descriptions done. But it's still like real top of my mind at the moment, getting those
Yeah.
descriptions sorted.
Yeah. I mean, look, the way I see SEO, GEO, I see it as an integrated strategy because there's so much kind of overlap. And, the truth is, still with the client accounts that I am looking at, traditional organic search still far outweighs, AI referral traffic. Having said that, I read a post the other day, you can't what I think is happening, but I can't be 100% sure because it's not easy to track, is people are going on to ChatGPT or Gemini, they're doing their product research, and then they're going on to Google and making a search for that brand or that product that they found. So you can't effectively track that whole customer journey, but actually the first source is an AI tool, but that the data is not picking that up. So I think the numbers are higher in terms of referral traffic, quote unquote, from these AI tools, but I'm still seeing it as a tiny percentage within Google Analytics. I'm still seeing it as typically no more than 1 or 2% max on kind of the client accounts that I am looking at. And I think that number will grow, but the percentage wise is increasing dramatically. So if we compare it over the last 12 months, I'm seeing anywhere from 400 to 900% increases in referral traffic from AI tools, but the actual end number is not that high. So yeah, it's super important. I mean, for me, when I'm looking at kind of from an SEO strategy perspective, I think there's a few areas that I'm really kind of lasering in on this year, which I think having a strong backlink strategy, one thing that I'm doing moving forward now is saying to clients, look, any new clients that I take on, I'm saying, look, you need to allocate a budget to building backlinks, because a lot of backlink building these days is pay to play. That's the most predictable way to build links, through guest blogs, through digital PR. And there are a few different ways that you can get free links. Like, for example, one of my clients I'm working on at the moment, they sell multiple different products from different suppliers. And a lot of these suppliers have find a dealer page where they'll actually mention the brands that sell their products with a link back to the website. So what I'm doing at the moment is finding out all of their suppliers and seeing if they've got these find a dealer pages,
Yeah.
and then making sure that they're featured on there with a link back to my client's store. So that's kind of one quick way to, not, I wouldn't say quick, but it's one effectively free way to leverage existing relationships to build backlinks. Because I think building more trust signals and authority is the name of the game when it comes to kind of AI search. And that seems to be one of the key ranking signals
You
that
know how I'm curious to get your thought on this too. So you know how web design companies, when they finished a website, they usually hand it back, and then in the website's got in the footer, built by whatever web development agency. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, the good thing is at the stage we're at, it seems to be that even if you don't have a link back, like any brand, even if it's just a brand mention, even though it said built by, and you've got the name of that web agency, but they've not even created a link back to their website, that would be seen potentially as a authority trust signal. So yeah, I think it's a good way to do it. If you're running a web design agency, I would just see if you
Have
can.
you ever put in a footer for a client, like SEO done by
No, no,
yourself?
I've not. It's not really the done. It's not really the done thing, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's
I don't
something.
understand. I don't. So I'm against any of my clients having who built their website in there. It's like, well, do you want all your competitors? The only person that's going to be looking at who built this is potentially your competitors. So do you want them to have direct access to who built your site? Also, so I had someone build a website for my clients, and I took the link out, and they got shitty at me. Like, they sent me a message saying, I was like, mate, if you want free advertising on the website, you can, or if you want advertising on the website for your brand, you can pay for it. So I'm not here to advertise who built this site. You didn't give us a discount to show it. So anyone that gets kind of, up and about having their link in for who built it, unless it was in the contract and you agreed to it, or unless they're paying for it, I'm going to take it out.
Yeah, it only benefits the web design agency.
Yeah,
If anything,
exactly.
it's not, like you said. Competitors can literally go on and then find out who built that website, and then hire that agency to do to build them something better potentially. So it doesn't I also subtly, I don't think it screams like, it's almost like it doesn't scream premium when you've got
Yeah, I
like,
know, like having it in there.
design. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you're a web agency, if you can, I think also sometimes they put it in without really even telling the client. It's like they put it into the
Yeah,
contract
all of them do. No
in
one.
thick,
Oh, you mean in the
small,
contract?
yeah, in small blue, in small print, and then they'll put it in, and they won't necessarily mention on launch that it's going to be in there, but in the
Yeah, I
contract
mean,
it's in there.
yeah, I mean, what are they
Um,
gonna do? What are they gonna do if they take it out? I mean, as soon as I would
yeah,
be like cutting unless you had them on like a monthly retainer or something to manage the website. If it's a one-off build, yeah, I would be taking it out straight away. But yeah, I was actually shocked when I got like an email from the web design company, unhappy that I took out their link, and you
yeah,
know
yeah,
the reason that they can do the sites at this price is because that. So the fact that you've done it for that price on the assumption that we're going to advertise for you was under like false pretense. I never agreed to that, and neither did the client. So you can whinge about it all you want, but it's coming out.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. One thing,
Oh,
another,
actually, you know what's funny? Just to annoy this client a little bit more, Charles. Not only did I take out their link, I replaced it with mine and just said
uh,
marketing by, and, and then left. So, because like the person that runs the site's like a really good friend of mine, so
yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
care. But I'm just like, oh bugger, I'm just going to change it.
free
So,
backlink.
yeah, that's why I asked you, and you'd never done it. I've never done. That's the one time that I did, but it was kind of out of spite more than anything.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe I should start doing it, but it's not really something that yeah, it's not really a thing that SEOs tend to do. It's like I said, it's more of a web design agency.
Yeah, makes sense.
Jimmy, one of the things that I posted this week, and I've kind of, I guess, probably over the last 12 to 18 months, I've changed my stance on is I'm full in on AI content now in terms of writing kind of blogs for my clients. I've stopped writing or hiring writers to write blogs from scratch, and the main reason for that is because I'm seeing it in the data that the AI blogs perform just as well as blogs written by humans, and the output far exceeds that of that written by a human. We can speed up the process. Typically, before it would take anywhere from like 4 to 7 days to get one blog post delivered from the writer, and that doesn't include, revisions, doing
Yeah.
the optimization, uploading the draft, back and forth with the client. Now we effectively create a pretty well optimized blog in under an hour, and then I can make some further refinements. And the one additional layer that I've done this year is I've effectively hiring a kind of a niche writing editor. So they would have experience within that particular market for my client, and they spend 1 or 2 hours just refining it, just to give that further improvement and take out any kind of AI fluff. And I'm finding that's working really well. And interesting. I was just looking at one of my client sites before our call, and like the top performing blog this month in terms of traffic was written by AI, and it's in like the AI overview. It's in the top positions on Google. It's showing up on like ChatGPT. So yeah, I think the jury's out on that. It's like
I
when
almost, I'm,
every other brand and agency is using AI, you're fighting an uphill battle if you want to go down the old school route of hiring human writers to write everything from scratch.
I almost look at blogs now as asking better questions than anyone else and sharing it. So, because most people are getting the answers that they would find from a blog in AI. They're just asking AI directly. But sometimes people will find a blog post and learn about something that they didn't know. So they might not have known the right question to ask to get the information that you're giving them, basically. That's where I kind of see the value. It's being able to ask better questions that your customers are interested in that they weren't aware that they were almost interested in. So they might be looking for like I'm thinking about the health niche. They might be looking for, the benefits of fish oil tablets or something like that. But what they might not have thought of to ask is, you know, the study, like presenting the studies that have shown that fish oil tablets is actually beneficial not only for like joint health, but like cognitive function as well, and getting an insight into why and the effects that it has. So you can go a bit deeper. Like you want to capture the people searching for the broad query, but then you want to educate them in things that will interest them, but they wouldn't have thought to ask about in the first place. That's how I'm looking at the AI content. Because if you're just asking a generic question and getting AI's answer and sharing that, then you're providing no more value than someone just going to AI and asking that question. But if you take the broad question and then layer in additional information into that they will also find beneficial, but they may not have thought to ask it, or they may not have even realized it was a concept. I'm finding that's kind of the value at the moment for a lot of blog posts, because I'm finding some people will just say, what's the benefit of like protein powder? And then AI will spit out an article and they're putting it on their blog. That's never going to rank ever.
I think you're right. The differentiation is spending more additional time on the research phase of the process at the beginning rather than actually the writing. So you're like, okay, and that's the biggest mistake I'm seeing a lot of companies make, is they think, okay, well, we just use AI content, and then they just pump out a bunch of AI content. They don't give the AI a clear prompt. They're not doing the research to establish what is the best performing blogs out there at the moment for the keyword or the group of AI searches, prompts that they want to rank for, and they're just spitting out a bunch of rubbish. So you do need to have a kind of clear strategy behind how you optimize that blog, and you present that to the AI tool in order to produce a better piece of content. Because otherwise, like I said, you're just creating a bunch of fluff that no one's going to read, and it's not going to rank.
Yeah. I think I was speaking to someone like a student today, because their Google was struggling to understand their products, just based off their product title and description. It's just a generic, like for the dog treats, it was just a generic name for the dog treat. But they'd given it its own name, like action pack treats or something like that. It's like, well, what is this? And I said to them, like, okay, we're going to take every product in your product range and you're going to make it a hero product for one particular thing. So this particular product might be vegan friendly dog treats. And then everything in the description is only going to talk about why it's the number one best vegan dog treat. And then this one here with, the ingredients that it has in it, it's really good for joint health. So we're going to say this is our treat that dogs should take if they've got arthritis. It's a hero product for dogs with arthritis. And then rather than just having all these generic products, I want them to take every single product that they've got and make it a hero for either one particular condition or one particular ingredient.
Yeah, that's a really good strategy, and that works really well from an SEO perspective as well. So I
Yeah,
think,
and AI that I feel too. That's why I'm pushing
yeah,
it, because if you get something so specific and so for example, like one of their products is like a gut health thing. I said, I've read the description and it doesn't talk about any of the benefits or the symptoms that dogs would have to like make them want to get this like gut health food. You need to really be like honing in the people who are searching, how do I stop my dog's runny poo and like stuff like that? Because that's going to be what everyone's searching. Not like, I need gut friendly food. They're looking for food for my dog to stop them having runny, shits.
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
and like it was kind of like a light bulb moment I felt for them, because it made logical sense to them. They could see their whole product category and they're like, oh, it's just real. But like you could see their mindset change when I'm like, okay, let's make every single product in this like catalog a hero product for something. Like, why would someone buy this over another generic dog treat? And then I think kind of the light bulb switched and they're like, yeah, we can do that. Like, this is why we put blueberries in this product to appeal, because this is the health benefits of it. I'm like, good. make it the hero product for whatever that health benefit is.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're effectively creating very specific, tailored, say, collection. You're looking at it as regards to like collection pages. Am
No,
I right
these
in
are
thinking that?
individual product.
Individual okay. Yeah, but you could arguably do that for collections as well. Like, you see
Yeah,
some very
you
generic.
can, and it would be super good for SEO. The only thing is doing the collection pages isn't that great for Google Ads shopping. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, for sure.
recommending
Yeah,
it
yeah.
from, because each individual product, like Google Shopping doesn't have the collection page. It's just
No,
got each
no.
individual product, which is why I want them to do it at that level. But I'm going to guess like that their SEO consultant might say, yeah, do that at a collections level because it makes sense for organic
Yeah, for sure.
ads. So the strategy that I wanted to build around for them would be really beneficial for that. But 100% should be doing it at a collections level too. It just doesn't benefit me at all unless I'm running search ads to the collection page, which for them I'm not. Um, yeah, but for the organic search stuff, yeah, 100% I'd be doing it there too.
Sure, for sure. Good stuff. Anything else on your radar at the moment, Jimmy? What's been happening in the last week? You been focused on client work or any other thing
Yeah,
you've been?
yeah, a little like every week's client work week. So
Yeah,
that's always a focus. But yeah, I think some people are starting to get a bit spooked by the AI that's coming through, and they're like, "Oh, the ad industry's dying, the SEO industry's dying." The thing is, every single business owner that I work with would have no idea how to implement AI into like their systems or their SEO system or their Google Ads system. So even though like I'm not oblivious to AI making things easier, but I think it's making things more easier for the operators that are in that space already, not so much the business owners. But I think the people that are feeling the doom of, the ad industry dying, the ad industry isn't dying. The agency model is dying because the amount of staff needed to do the work in agencies now is being reduced massively, especially if you're in like the graphic design space or the content creation space. Like that industry is just being overrun by high quality AI. And with what I've seen coming, like junior media buyers and especially ad strategists are on the way out. Like if your whole job is planning a strategy for a business, that's that's almost been replaced already, and a business owner could do that just by chatting to ChatGPT. But yeah, I actually am excited about this next phase for like ad buyers and media buyers and SEO because I think we can offer even more value now because it's opening up in the same amount of time. I'm looking forward to this transition. I know some people are doom and gloom about it, but yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna open up a ton more value for your clients. And I think I mentioned this last week too, but people are going to come to the service provider that has the best system to get them to where they need to go. Yeah, I'm going to keep working on that. But yeah, client side this week, I think the main focus for like everyone listening at the moment, we touched on business agent last week. There's AI integrating into that. I think this week, with ChatGPT ads coming, I think if you can, become a first mover in that. So if you're in the US, as soon as it becomes available, try to apply to be part of the test or anything like that. However, they announce that they're launching or opening it, try to be one of those first people in it. And then just kind of coming back from last week into this week again, your product descriptions and really tailoring them for AI. I'm seeing the clients that we have done that for, their ChatGPT traffic is considerably higher for those that have it. So yeah, I'm just looking at one of my clients that we have done it for, and like ChatGPT at the moment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, their fifth highest traffic source. So yeah, there's some opportunity there, but you need to get your descriptions right. So yeah, if you've listened to the podcast this week, be aware that ads are coming in AI. If you're in the US, try to get on there first. Keep working on your product descriptions. And yeah, if they're the only two main takeaways that you take from those, go and implement the descriptions again.
I think that rounds us up nicely, Jimmy. As always, guys, we're over on YouTube, e-commerce marketing chats, also Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we also have a free Facebook group, Shopify Marketing Secrets. So go check us out on there and join the community. So yeah, until next time.
See you guys.